All right, y'all. So, welcome to the training. Today, we are going to talk all about the four-part framework to automate the sales of your high-ticket coaching program. All right, so let's dive right in. So, even if you are at a point where you're maybe relying on organic marketing, like posting and praying to get clients, it's not your fault. If you've tried funnels before and they haven't worked for you, it's definitely not your fault. And if you've tried to run like ads or other funnels in the past and they haven't quite converted, I'm going to show y'all exactly how to make that convert and how to do it in a way where you're not having to get on those super exhausting sales calls to be able to enroll your high ticket clients. All right. So let's go ahead and dive right in. If you're new here, I'm Lattice and I'm so excited to chat with y'all today. So the real reason that you're here, one, you're probably exhausted, right? You've been trading all your time for money. Maybe you're currently doing one-to-one coaching, or worse, you're maybe undercharging and doing low cost courses. Second, you also might be spending hours and hours and hours on discovery calls just to get told no. And I'll think about it. Like, that is so frustrating. I can't even tell you how many times I've been on a sales call and I've heard no, 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 even when you thought the person was yes. Like, it's the most defeating thing in the world. Perhaps you're sick of not having a predictable way to enroll new high ticket clients month after month. Okay. So I'm going to break down how to, really take your business to the next level and help you automate the sales of your program. Okay. So we're not going to be here anymore. I'm going to show you exactly how to automate the sales of your high ticket program without relying on posting and praying, organic marketing, or doing exhausting sales calls. All right. So if y'all are new here, which you shouldn't be at this point in the stage, you probably already know me, but I'm Lattice. I'm a foodie. I love the water. I love beaches. I'm a personal development and wellness junkie. I'm also a corporate dropout turned seven-figure business owner. I do this completely full time, no other job, no other career. This is it. And lastly, I am obsessed with helping coaches just like you create an automated high ticket coaching business and finally get the freedom and profits that you deserve. Okay. So that's what we're going to talk about today. All right. So let's kind of dive in. Perhaps this sounds like you, right? You want to take on more clients and make more impact without having to constantly repeat yourself, right? On one-to-one calls or on Zoom calls. And worse off, maybe you're spending all day on Zoom calls right now and you're exhausted. Perhaps you're ready to get more clients consistently, right? We always are looking for ways to get clients consistently. And I'm going to show you how to do that today without having to rely on posting and praying or being on live launches or anything like that, right? We're going to talk about an automated system a different way today. Lastly, maybe you're ready for a simpler way to enroll your clients without having to be on sales calls or have an expensive sales team. I know when I was first coming up, everybody talked about have a big sales team, pay them all these commissions. And I just was like, there's got to be a better way. Okay. So let's kind of talk about where I was at before this process. And then we're going to kind of dive in and talk about like what life looks like today. So before I implemented this automated high ticket sales process, I had semi-consistent sales, and that came from hustle. Okay. 100% pure hustle. I was exhausted though. I was creating tons of content. I was going in free groups. I was going live like every single day. And I literally had no time for anything else. Okay. And that was just on the marketing aspect. I also was doing like so many sales calls. Like, I can't even tell you how many sales calls. I would have like 4, 5, 6 sales calls a day. And like sometimes I had days where I had got no sales from the sales calls that I had booked. I also, on top of that, I was super tired from doing one-to-one coaching, right? I was repeating myself, working with my clients. I love them, but I knew that I was like, I'm saying the same thing over and over and it's exhausting me. And I was like, I shouldn't feel like this inside of my business. I also was spending 40 to 50 hours a week trying to wear every hat in the business, right? We say CEO, but I was really like the chief officer of everything because I was doing everything from marketing to sales to content to social media, dealing with clients. And I was like, this doesn't feel like freedom. Okay. And I remember the very moment that things switched for me. It was December 2019. And my friend at the time who I was living with, she was like, you should come to this Christmas party with me. And I was like, that sounds super dope. And then I was looking at my calendar and I was like, actually, I can't come. And she was like, why? I was like, I can't come because I'm literally on sales calls all day. And the worst part of it was not that I even had to turn her down and say I couldn't go. That did suck. But the worst part is that I'm like, okay, I'm thinking I'm going to make some money. I'm going to get on these calls today. It's going to be gravy, right? It's going to make me feel better. Well, none of the people showed up that day. I really remember that. And I was like, I'm not doing this anymore. I'm no longer going to trade my life. I'm no longer going to trade my time. And I'm definitely not going to turn down invites to do something with people that I love because I'm trying to make a sale. And that's when everything changed for me. Okay, so after implementing this sales system, I'm able now to work with the most amazing clients, right? I have the best team in the world. That my team supports my clients, they support me, and we're able to just build every single day. Now I'm able to comfortably enroll 10 to 20 high ticket clients every single month. And I can't even tell you the last time I've done a sales call, okay? Because we don't do them in our business at all. And lastly, I've been able to spend, 10 times more time with the people that I love, right? I get to travel. I get to hang out by the pool, right? And 2 weeks I'm going to Nashville and then I'm going to Florida. And I couldn't do that before. I couldn't just pick up my life and travel this way, right? Because I was chained to the phone all day long. Whether it was with like clients on one-to-one calls, whether it was sales calls, I didn't have freedom before. And now I have freedom, and to the tune of, we've had this past October, our first ever $100,000 a month in our business. And I say this with so much excitement, and I say this with so much like humble pride, because never in my wildest dreams would I have guessed by after implementing this sales system, I would be able to take what I was earning in a year and earn it in a month. Okay. So I want you to know that I'm not special, right? I'm not special. I just decided to figure out a better way. I decided that being on sales calls, relying on organic marketing was not going to be the way that I wanted to grow my business. So I created a better system. Okay. And here's the thing, I am not the only one having success, period. Like, I'm not. Okay. Some of you can see my clients here. These are real live results, right? 11.5K in sales, 7.3K in cash, only 6 days into the month, 18K in sales, right? Starting the new year off with a new client, right? So here's the thing, right? 15K in sales before, 11 a.m. These are real life stories and real life women that are implementing the system every single day inside of their business, and they're getting results. Okay. So I want you to know that you're no different than them. You're no different than me. We just all decided to go for it and decided to implement a better way. All right. So this 4-part framework applies to you if you are an expert at what you do, right? You're good at what you do. People love coming to you, and you're ready to turn your existing one-to-one coaching program or course into a scalable group coaching program. Okay. That's the first part. Second part is this framework also applies to you if you are ready to automate your marketing and stop relying on methods like Clubhouse and TikTok and Instagram, organic, live launches and sales calls to enroll high ticket clients. Okay, so if you're ready to automate your sales, automate your marketing, and bring people to you on every single day basis, this framework is going to be for you. Okay, and this program, this framework is not for you if you're making less than $1,000 in your business right now. Okay. So if you're making less than 1K in your business every single month, this is not going to be the framework for you. Okay. So let's kind of break down what we're going to cover throughout the training. Okay. So we're going to cover the 4-part framework. Phase 1, we're going to cover a coaching program that sells. Second, we're going to break down how you can get weekly and daily high ticket sales without being chained to social media 24/7 and being on sales calls. Phase 3, we're going to talk about how you actually automate the sales process and how you're going to outsource and delegate that piece of your business. And then lastly, we're going to talk about how to multiply your high ticket sales for profit. Okay. So let's dive right in. Phase 1, we're going to talk all about a coaching program that sells and scales. Okay, so maybe currently, right, the old way, how we've been taught to sell high ticket coaching is that, you need to do it within a one-to-one coaching model. Maybe you need to sell $99 courses. Heck, maybe you're even selling or $99 sessions. Maybe you're even selling courses and you're not really making the money that you want, right? Or you're serving so many clients that you don't have enough time to actually live your life, right? That's where I was at in 2019 when I was working with all those clients one-to-one. And I was like, this is not fun. Literally, I was like, I love my clients. I love what I do, but this is not fun. Okay. So what I decided to do was take that expertise and I decided to put it into a high ticket group coaching program. Okay. By doing that, taking what I was already doing, which was one-to-one coaching at the time. I think I was charging like 5K for one-to-one coaching, right? I took that expertise and I knew, and I thought to myself, well, if I can take the message and the program and elevate it and enhance it and serve it instead of one-to-one and do it in a one-to-many way where I'm telling the same message, but to multiple people in the room, I'm going to create leverage, right? And leverage is what has allowed me to scale to 100K per month. Okay. And when you do this, you're going to work with more clients, right? Because all of us deeply desire more impact, right? But you'll be able to work with more clients, make way more money, but you're also going to decrease the amount of time that you're spending with your clients. Okay. So I'm going to walk you through, Dre's story, and then I'm going to show you how this actually works. I don't know, her picture's not popping up, but Dre is amazing. Okay. So before Dre came to me, she was maxed out on her one-to-ones. I remember specifically in her application to work with me, she was like, Lattice, my business feels like a trap. She also had barely any time to do anything with her husband or her friends because she was constantly on one-to-one calls day in and day out. So after coming to us and her implementing just the phase one of this process, right, she was able to have the biggest launch she's ever had in her business, which was over $28,000. She's out traveling all over the world. I just looked at her Instagram stories today. She's in Colombia right now, and she just moved across the country to her dream home, right? When we think about the foundation of your business, you have to have the right offer, and you can't do all the things that you love and travel and all these things if you are not selling a scalable offer. Okay. So by working with Dre, like the first phase only, we were able to take what she was doing one-to-one and turn it into a signature group program that people really wanted. Okay. So let's kind of walk through, we also have Jay here, and I'll kind of walk through Jay's story, and then we'll walk through what this actually looks like. Okay. So before, when Jay came to us, she was selling $497 programs, $697 programs, and she was stressed. Okay. Like she literally was stressed out and she was not making the money that she wanted to make. Okay. By implementing a signature group program, right? Not only were we able to, she was able to friggin' make over $215,000 in sales in her first year working with us, right? She was able to take her dream trip to Egypt. She got a new luxury townhome. She's now serving quality clients over quantity, and she's making a deep impact. Okay, but she couldn't have done that before because she was selling way beneath the pay rate that she needed to be. She was undercharging, right? And she was over delivering to the point of like stress and burnout. And like what happens when you are trying to do that and operate from that place, for one, your clients don't really respect you that much. For two, right, you start to resent your clients, and like that's not where we want you to be. Okay, so we were able to help Jay raise her prices. We were able to help her repackage her expertise, bump up the price, create it, make it in a way that's actually sellable, right? Where people saw the value in her offer, and she was able to do over $215,000 in her first year in business working with us. Okay, so let's kind of break down how this actually works. So creating a high ticket group coaching program looks like this. The first part of it is that the doors are always going to be open. Okay, so that's what I call evergreen. When I say evergreen, essentially what I mean is that the doors are literally just always open. Okay, so you're able to meet your clients where they're at. They're able to come to you on a Friday and be like, hey, I'm ready to work with you. They can come on a Monday, right? You're just always available to serve them. Okay. The next piece of this is you want to have an automated client onboarding experience, okay? Because when we think about high ticket, it's not just about the price point, it's also about the experience that you're creating. So the quicker that you can onboard your clients, the more seamless that you can onboard your clients, the better experience that they're going to have to be able to come in and get the results that they want to achieve. Okay, and we do this with a series of systems and things like that. The next part of this is going to be an engaged community. Okay, when I say engaged community, it's not just a community that you pop in like once a week and nobody's talking, as dry as a bird, and you're like, this ain't it. Okay, the community that I help our clients create inside of their programs, right? People are popping off in the communities all day long because you set up your program in a way where community is the foundation of the success of your clients. Okay, and you can host those in different private groups, right? We like Facebook groups, Slack, a couple of different other options that we help our clients figure out how to set up their community inside of the program. The other part of this is you're going to have hot seat coaching. Okay, so a lot of questions I get asked is like, Lattice, how in the world, right? How am I going to be able to serve a client that say they start in on January 1st and then another client wants to start on January 15th? How are they going to get good results, right? How are they going to come in and get results? How are they going to get served? It's not computing in my mind. It doesn't make sense. Okay. These last two components are the last three really are a huge part of how this evergreen group coaching actually works. First part of it, or the second part of it is having that hot seat coaching. Okay. So this is what elevates your client experience. You're going to coach your clients in a hot seat type of setting. So you're going to do it. Everybody's going to be in a group. right? It's going to be structured and all the things, but everybody's going to be in a group setting. So now you're not repeating yourself a million different times, but instead you're laser focused on that client. They're just in a group setting. So now you've taken your time back and you're able to serve more people, right? Without having to be on more calls. Okay, because that's the biggest issue with one-to-one is that you're sitting on calls like all the time, and every single dollar that you make, you're trading all of your time. Okay, with group coaching, instead of being on like 7 Zoom calls a week because you have 7 different clients, you can now have 20 clients, 30 clients, 50 clients, and you're on 1 call a week. Okay, can you imagine having to be on 50 calls a week? No, right? Can you imagine? Comment in the chat. No, like that would suck, right? Just to be able to meet your income goals. And we don't want that. Okay, what we want is this group container so that you're able to save your clients in a one-to-many setting. The last part of this, when you're really thinking about serving your clients at an extremely high level, right? Instead of you having to teach the content over and over again, right? You're going to take what you know, you're going to take the best parts of your one-to-one coaching or your course, and we're going to package that up into a quality, high-end curriculum. Okay. And that curriculum is going to be self-hosted, it's going to be self-study, and the clients that come to you are going to have a very specific pathway. So when they come to you, they're going to be able to start in module A and go all the way through module Z. Okay. And that's how your clients are able to come to you at any point in the month or the week and still get the support that they need. Because here's the thing, your clients are on a continuum. Okay. So you've already identified, with your offer, because you have very specific and clear messaging, you've already identified who's going to be the best fit type of client. So you're only going to take the best fit type of client for your high ticket program. Okay. And then that person can be at point A or point B or point C. But at the end of the day, like, you have that curriculum and that live coaching and that community that supports them. I always say this, y'all. I'm always like, it takes a village to raise a child. It shouldn't be any different with coaching your clients. Okay. And that's how all of these components together create a high ticket group coaching program. Okay. And that's how your clients can meet you. You can meet your clients where they're at any day of the week. All right, let's jump into phase 2. Okay, phase 2 of this framework is weekly and daily high ticket sales. Okay, so comment in the chat, this is you, right? Maybe you're stuck trying to find new clients because you think that you have to be on every single social media platform. I know back when I was starting, and even just up until like the last year or so, I thought that I had to be on YouTube, Clubhouse, TikTok, Facebook, Instagram, podcast, everywhere, right? I was just everywhere and I was tired. And I'm like, dang, like, how are these clients going to find me if I'm everywhere, right? And I thought that in order for people to find me, I had to be everywhere. And if that's you, just comment in the chat and let me know if that's kind of where you're at right now. If you're watching the replay, write it down. Maybe you're also stuck where you think in order to get clients to convert into buyers, you're spending hours and hours every single day giving out free content, right? You're making Instagram captions, maybe you're making stories, maybe you're making reels, maybe you're making TikToks, right? And you think that in order for them to actually buy or to see value, that in order for it to convert, that you have to warm them up like 17 times, right? I've heard that saying so many times from marketers where they're like, in order for somebody to buy your program or your course or whatever, you have to show them 17 pieces of content for them to buy, right? And I'm going to break down why that's not true. Okay. The truth of the matter is that the social media algorithms are unpredictable. Okay. You simply cannot rely on organic social media to push out your content, right? Because if Instagram is down one day or is having a little bit of a fit, right? And they're like, I don't want to show your content today, I'm going to show somebody else's. Your business can't survive like that, right? And here's the thing, social media used to be back in like 2014, 2015, 2016, you could pretty much just show up however you wanted to show up, post content, and people would buy. But in today's world, right, in today's social media landscape, it's not on your side to be able to build this big, beautiful business with organic marketing alone. A few years ago, all day, but it's now a play to pay game. Okay, so social media is not like how it used to be, because these companies have figured out, well, if I could have people pay for advertisement, right? Why would I just allow people to grow for free, right? So social media companies want a piece of their pie. Okay, so now it's a play to pay game. Okay, and we're going to break down the numbers here in just a second, but it's not as scary as you actually think. Okay. The other thing is when we think about trying to get clients, I need you to stop focusing on free content, okay? Free content alone, and I know you're probably like, well, Lattice, this is free content. It is, but I'm going to talk to you about the difference, okay? You've probably already watched the mini course. You kind of understand. If you haven't, go back and watch some of the earlier days in the mini course. But when we think about creating a bunch of free content, this is why that's an issue for high ticket buyers. Because what's going to happen is they're going to go to your social media, right? And they're going to see all this how-to content, this educational content, the step-by-step this, the step-by-step that, right? And they're going to just take what they can get and they're going to go, right? They're going to take what they can get for free and they're going to try to piece it together on their own. And the issue with that is that that's not the best solution for them. That's not how they're going to get the results that they want because they don't have the entire pie. But because you consistently pump out free content every single day or every other day, they're just going to keep sitting in the back, riding for free, waiting for you to post your next piece of content and never taking the action to buy. Okay, so instead of all that, instead of being everywhere on every platform, on everybody's, algorithm, I need you to focus on one traffic source, right? And we're going to talk about that in just a second. We're going to focus on one traffic source, right? We're going to focus on one piece of automated sales content that you can send out to your clients over and over again, okay? The reason why I show up on social media is because I get to, not because I have to, because I have a piece of content that I'm sending out every single day on autopilot and I'm out living my best life, okay? And I'm going to show you kind of how this entire system works. First part of it is traffic, okay? The issue that I see with so many coaches when they're like, really trying to ramp up and build out their business is that they don't have a traffic system, right? They're relying on hashtags and being on every platform, but they don't actually have enough eyes in front of the content that they are creating. So there's a gap, okay? There is a gap. And how we fix this is with Facebook and Instagram ads. When I say Facebook, I mean Instagram. Facebook owns Instagram. It's the same interface and the same backend. Okay, and how this really works is this. For one, you're going to create one hyper optimized campaign. Okay, so we're going to create one objective. The objective is to get our clients to buy, right? So we're going to focus on that objective when we set up our Facebook ads. From there, there's a very hyper targeted system where you're going to target your specific demographic, specific behaviors, and specific types of people inside of your targeting inside of Facebook ads. Okay, and that's going to tell Facebook to find your exact people that are out in the marketplace. So instead of like having to search through hashtags or rely on like viral reels, instead you have a repeatable traffic source. So you're telling Facebook, go find me more people every single day, right? Facebook is like your businesswoman, right? She's going out there, she's looking at these demographics that are your ideal client's avatar, and you're telling Facebook to go find me more of those people every single day. And the beautiful thing about this process is that you don't need a massive budget. Like you don't need to be spending thousands and thousands of dollars a day on Facebook ads or even hundreds of dollars a day to start, right? You can start at, $25 a day, $20 a day. And then when we think about budget, we look at budget over a week timeline. Okay, so say you have a budget of, $500. Okay, we're going to break that budget down into every day of the week. Maybe you're going to spend $20 a day, right? And then we're going to look at the data and make decisions that are going to help you optimize for sales. Okay, so we want all of our clients to be optimized for sales. Okay, and the reason why a lot of people who have tried Facebook ads in the past, they've not optimized for sales. They've optimized for like video views or traffic, and that's or different campaigns like that, and that's actually not going to be the best buyer. Okay, so we're going to have that small budget, we're going to increase it over time, and what's going to happen is you start to get these high ticket sales because you are selling at a high ticket level, right? $3,000, $5,000, $10,000, $20,000 for your program. You're going to take a percentage of that and reinvest it back into your budget. Okay, and you're going to repeat that. It's like a compound effort over time, right? And that is how you're able to scale your Facebook ads. Okay, so this is the first part of the system. We have to have a traffic source. The second part of this is that automated content event that I just talked about. So this can look like something like an automated challenge or automated training, right? And inside of that content event, what we're going to do is focus on handling objections and shifting their beliefs. That's it. We're not going to give them educational content. We're not going to tell them how to, none of it. We're not going to do any of that, because what happens is when we try to do how to or a bunch of generic content, free content, right? What's going to happen is they're going to go try to piece it together by themselves, right? So instead of you having to show up on TikTok every day or Instagram, you're going to create one piece of content one time, right? And it's going to tap into the beliefs that they have, and we're going to focus on shifting those beliefs. Okay, and that content, like I said, it's one piece of content that you send out automated every single time. Okay, so your Facebook ads are driving people to that piece of content every day, all day. Okay, and inside of that piece of content, you're going to tell them to take the next step, right? Which is to, take the next step to work with you inside of your program, right? If it makes sense for them. The third part of this automated sales system is the DM enrollment process. Okay, so unlike everybody else in the marketplace where they're like, got to be on sales calls, you got to do these like super long fancy sales pages. No, you don't need all of that, right? You just need a very specific DM enrollment process, right? To be able to get your next high ticket client. So what's going to happen is you're going to have a very clear call to action. Okay, what happens when we're not clear, people don't take the next step. Okay, so inside of that content event, you're going to give them a very specific call to action to take the next step to work with you. Because think about it, if you've ever went to solve a problem, right? Say you signed up for a webinar before, right? And that webinar was like everything that you needed. You woke up that day, you're like, I want to heal my hormone issue, right? So you find a webinar, they're giving you all this content, all this great information, and they're like, okay, bye. You'd be like, what the heck? Like, I want to know what to do next. And I see that happen all the time. So inside of your automated content event, you're going to give that clear call to action. Okay, because we want to solve our ideal client's problem. The second part of this is that you're going to have a very simple conversation, right? After, they've watched these content events, right? Or this content event. And then they're going to ask you any final questions they have about enrolling into your program. Okay. And it's a very specific process, right? It's not just anybody, right? They're going to go through an application process, and then you're only going to talk to qualified leads only, right? And then from there, you send them over the next steps, and they enroll right into the DMs, okay? And what I call this is my cold to close method. And it works for literally anybody in any niche that can provide a tangible outcome. Okay, so you can just chuck the sales calls. We're not doing it anymore, right? Your high ticket clients will buy, right? If you give them a reason to buy in a specific, clear way to do so. Okay. One of the biggest issues I see with people that try to do DM enrollments is they don't have an entire framework behind it. They're just trying to sell in the DMs, just trying to make something shape, right? You got to have this entire process so that you're bringing in consistent leads every single day, and you're talking to them in a way, and they're already pre-qualified, right? We don't want to work with people that are not pre-qualified. And that content event is going to help pre-qualify them to make sure that they're the best fit to work with you. Okay. So let's kind of talk about the old way of, trying to get clients. Let's talk about the old way and what 95% of marketers, I feel like, preach today. So let's kind of take the goal of 100K per month, right? Because if you want to make $1 million a year, right, you're going to need to make at least 83, but I bumped it up to 100 just for easy numbers. So if your goal right now is to make $100,000 per month, this is what needs to happen. Based off of industry standard, you're going to need about 1 to 2% of those people to enroll into your program every single month. Okay. So what that looks like is that you need about 1,000 to 1,500 people to come through your funnel to be able to enroll them, right? It's just numbers. It's just math. Okay. It's not feelings. It's just math. So let's kind of look at the old way and look at how this is taught currently. And we're going to talk about the way that I'm sharing with y'all today. So the old way, right, in order to even get 1,000 leads, I don't even know if it's possible, just organic marketing alone, you would have to spend probably at least 20 hours a week making content, right? You have to spend 20 hours a week making content, posting, writing captions, going live, right? And that's probably on like the low end. I remember when I was coming up, it was 30 hours probably, if not more. Okay, so we're just gonna say 20 hours just to keep it minimal, right? And then on top of that, you gotta spend, now that you've marketed, you gotta get on sales calls, okay? So you spending at least 25 hours a week doing that, because if your goal is $100,000 per month, right, you gotta hustle for that, right? With the old way. So therefore, you're probably gonna take 5 sales calls a day. I know that's a very normal number, right, of sales calls to take per day when you're trying to get to that next level in your business. Okay, here's the problem with that. If you just take this piece alone, this isn't even serving your clients. I didn't even add that in. I'm just talking about the marketing and sales piece. You're spending over 40 hours a week alone on your business, right? And now when we think about the numbers for a month, that's over 160 hours just on marketing and sales inside of your business. And honestly, like that just sounds like another full-time job. And I'm not here for that, right? Does not sound like freedom to me. Okay, so that's what you want. Comment at number 1 in the chat. If you want something different, comment at number 2, and I'm going to show y'all what that something different looks like. So let's kind of talk about the new automated sales way. All right, so this is the automated way. So we're going to keep the same numbers, right? 100K per month. That's our goal. 1 to 2% conversion rate. You need about $1,000 to $1,500, 1,500 leads per month. All right, so let's kind of talk about what this whole system looks like. So initially, you're going to have to put some time in, right? You're going to have to set up this entire funnel process, the entire automated sales system, right? You got to build out your content event. You got to set up your ads. But inside of our program, we make it so easy. Like we literally give you templates and like slide decks for everything. But it's going to take about 12 to 15 hours on like average to get the entire funnel set up. This isn't something that you're doing every week or every other week or every month. You set it up one time. Okay, so that's 12 to 15 hours of time once. Now, what you're going to do per week is you're going to be ongoing funnel management. Okay. You're going to check in on your ads. You're going to make sure your numbers look good. You're going to make sure you're getting the amount of leads that you need, right? You're going to spend about 1 to 2 hours a week doing that, right? On your marketing. The third part of this is that now you got to sell. Okay. So when we think about sales, right? We just looked at that slide before. You're spending 25 hours a week on sales calls, minimum. We're not doing that anymore. Instead, right? We're going to only work with qualified individuals and talk to qualified individuals right in the DM. Okay. So now you're spending 4, 6, maybe 7 hours a week. And the beautiful thing is, and we're going to talk about this more in the next section, is that you eventually just delegate that out, right? Like I have a small but mighty team that does my enrollments for me, right? At the fraction that it would cost to hire a fancy sales team. Okay. So now you have freedom, right? You're spending what, 8 hours a week on marketing and sales versus 40 hours a week, right? It's a very vast difference, okay? And this is what you want, right? You don't want that old way. That old way is going to keep you stuck. It's going to keep you behind the times, and it's going to keep you in a spot where you're never able to scale, right? This is where so many coaches get stuck when they're trying to scale past 10K a month. Okay. They're sitting on sales calls, spending all their time doing organic marketing. They're not actually moving the needle in an automated way. Okay. So this is what you want. You want the new automated sales system way. All right. So let's kind of break down, like, here are the benefits. Okay. So just as a visual, right? I'm a visual person. So you're going to have your Facebook ad, right? It's going to be you're going to test out a couple of different graphics, a couple of different pieces of copy, right? Words, right? You're going to have your simple Facebook ad. From there, you're going to drive them right to you. They're going to watch your content event, right? A percentage of those people, they resonate, they're going to take the next step. And then and then a smaller percentage of people that like what they have to hear, they're ready to solve their problem, they're going to invest and become a new client. Okay. Right inside of the DMs. The benefits of this is you're taking them, a complete stranger that finds you in a Facebook ad, from cold to close almost overnight. Brilliant, right? Super brilliant. Okay. This is the benefit of an automated sales system. So now you're spending time with your kids again. Now you're going out and hanging out. Now you feel alive again because you're not chained to your business. And the thing is like so many coaches that I see, they've built their life around their business, right? Or they've built their business around their life and not the other way around, right? My whole thing is life first, business second. And this system will allow that for you. Okay. So some of my amazing clients, right, $23,000 in sales, right? One of my clients, she spent $99 on ads over the course of, I think, 3 or 4 or over 4 days. And she landed a $10,000 client. Like, mind blown. Seriously, right? I love waking up to leads. Okay. I don't want you having to go hunting down people to work with you. That's unnecessary, right? You just got to have the sales system in place if you want to close consistent high ticket clients day in, day out, week after week, month after month. Okay. It's so possible for you. All right. Let's kind of break down how to automate and outsource your sales. Okay. So this is the traditional way you're taught to sell high ticket, right? In order to sell your high ticket, right, you're going to take all your own sales calls, 4, 5, 6 sales calls a day. Who's got time for that? Not me. But this is how we were taught, right? Block your calendar for 1 hour per call and just hope that they show up, right? Lord knows if they don't show up, right? You've wasted all this time, but here you are trying to be a good steward and trying to get the sale, right? And then, right, maybe you've gotten in a rhythm, you've gotten your sales calls, you've figured out a consistent way or a semi-consistent way, and you're like, I want to scale, like I want to get off the phones, right? So you hire this like high ticket closer that has insane commission rates, right? They charge 15, 20% of the sale. So if you had a $10,000 offer, right, you're paying that person $1,500 to $2,000 just to get on the phone for an hour to close your sale. I don't know about you, but like I personally put a lot of work into my program, and I'm not about paying somebody 20% of commission to get on the phone to close it. But I also was like, I don't want to be on the phone either. So you're kind of stuck between this rock and the hard place. So kind of like, let's kind of talk about the problem with sales calls, and we're going to talk about how to fix it. Okay, so the problem with sales calls is this, right? And if you're there, please comment in the chat. If you're watching it live, put your hand over your heart because you don't got to be here forever, but we're going to break down the real problems with sales calls, right? Perhaps you're on a sales call, you're spending hours and hours on the phone every day just for people to tell you I'll think about it or ghost you or not even show up, right? Maybe you're trying to plan your life around your business versus the other way around, right? And maybe you're trying to scale because maybe you've cracked the code, maybe you've had 5K months, 10K months, but like hiring a traditional high ticket closer is expensive. So now you're spending all this money on commissions. It's eating away at your profit super fast. And that's just like not the vibe. You're like, I sell this offer, but I feel like I'm throwing out so much money in commissions and I don't want that to happen for you. Okay, so let's kind of talk about my client, Sarah. When Sarah came to me, I don't know why my little pictures aren't showing up, but that's okay. When Sarah came to me, she had literally, when I tell you no white space, she had no white space on her calendar, literally none. Okay. She was doing everything in her business manual. She had way too many clients that had access to her privately, and she was stressed out. Like it was not good. After we implemented this high ticket sales system, right, we took her from selling over the phone, right? We stopped doing sales calls. I taught her my system, right? The system that y'all are learning today. And she was already at $70,000 per month. Like Sarah's a hustler, right? She was already there when she came to me. But by taking sales calls off her plate alone, she was able to start generating consistent 185K plus months in her business, right? And now she has an amazing team that does all of her new client enrollments, right? She's out on the beach. She just went to Mexico, Jamaica, right? And she hasn't taken a sales call in literally over 2 years, not one. Okay. And she's all over the world. And the really great part about this is that she retired her husband and she retired her dad, right? She couldn't have done that before. She didn't have the brain space. She didn't have the power to think about that because she was hustling nonstop trying to get the next sale. Okay. And by getting off the phone, now she's like, Lattice, like, I don't know what to do with my time. Literally, we were just talking the other week. She's like, I don't even know what to do with my time every day. Right. And that's where I want y'all to be. Okay. It's so possible for you. So let's kind of break down the solution, how you're actually going to sell high ticket without sales calls. So first, right, we talked about that content event. The call to action on that content event is going to get people to apply and fill out an application to work with you. Okay, so that application is the first step you're going to use to pre-qualify that lead, right? To make sure they're even a good fit. Okay, I talk to so many coaches every single day and they're like, right? Like, I don't want to get on another sales call, right? But how do I know that they're qualified? Well, you qualify them through an application, right? So you see and identify with some very key questions to see if they're going to be a good fit to work with you. Because just as much they're applying to work with you, right, you get to choose if you want to work with them. So you've got to have that application process in place. The second part is that you're going to give them a very clear and direct program overview, follow-up process. Okay, so it's not enough to just send them a DM and be like, hey, you're accepted, right? You actually have to have a process that explains your program, explains the phases, explains how it works, explains what they get, and just breaks down all the psychology of why your program is better than anything else on the market. Okay, and you're gonna do that in a succinct, very specific fashion, right? And you're going to use a training, you're going to use a series of follow-up emails and a series of follow-up texts. Okay. The last part of this is that you're going to outsource the closing, right? So once you've kind of done it, you've gotten a feel for it, right? We're going to immediately help you figure out, right? Not figure out, but help you implement having somebody like a DM closer or a social seller to do the follow-up for you. Because it's not so much that you're having to handle like millions and millions of objections anymore, because your process has qualified the applicant and the lead to a point where they may have one or two questions, right? And you don't have to be spending all your time answering those questions in the DMs. Okay. And when they're ready, right, you send them the next steps and they enroll into your high ticket program, right? That's it. That's how you simplify and solve the problem of selling without sales calls. Okay. Which is brilliant, right? It's so brilliant. I love it. So let's kind of just jump into this last phase. We're going to talk about how to multiply your high ticket profit. Okay. So maybe you're in a spot where, and I was here like probably about a year ago, right? And I was like at this point where I'm like, I'm only selling one thing, right? I wanted to focus on one thing, and one thing is great. But I started to get advice from different mentors and like, well, you need a whole value ladder, right? In order to make more money, right? You need this value ladder. This value ladder is what's going to take you to the next step. Okay. So traditional value ladders look like this, right? Maybe you have a $67 membership, right? You're like, okay, I'm going to sell this membership. It's going to be great. And then you're like, well, I want to make it a little bit more elevated. I'm going to sell a signature course for $2,000. Then you're like, I'm going to sell a mastermind. And then I'm going to sell one-to-one coaching. Here's the issue with doing all of this. And it's not your fault. Like, this is how like 95% of coaches are taught to grow their business, create a value ladder, get more profit, serve all these clients, right? And just like, it'll all work out. Here's the thing. It doesn't. Okay. It doesn't. And the reason why it doesn't is this, right? And I see it happen in so many coaches when they're trying to make more money, right? And they end up actually making less money. And this is why, because when you enter into a market, right, and you have all these different offers, it creates buyer confusion, right? Think about like In-N-Out Burger, right? In-N-Out Burger is known for one thing, but they have variations of their one thing, okay? Think about it. They try to be like Cheesecake Factory. Every time I go to Cheesecake Factory, like for one, the calories are too dang high. But for two, every time I go to Cheesecake Factory, I feel overwhelmed. I'm like, make it stop. Like, it's too much, right? So as a coach, when you're in the market trying to do this like big old value ladder, where you're confusing buyers. And what happens is a confused buyer does not buy. They look at you, they're like, I don't know which one's the best for me. So I'm going to go with the cheaper thing, right? If you have a $67 membership, they're just going to pick the $67 thing, knowing damn well that's not the best option for them. But it's human nature. A lot of us, right, especially depending on how we are raised, we're taught to just like buy the cheaper thing, right? Why do you think there's name brands out there or like generic brands? Because people just buy the cheaper thing. And that's not what they really need, right? And then lastly, like trying to create all these products, it takes a lot of time, right? If you want to create a high value, high level product, even if it's $67 a month, I argue to say sometimes it's harder to sell a $67 a month program, because those types of clients want, they want the whole kitchen sink, right? That's just from my experience. Okay. So I don't want you doing this when you're trying to make more money in your high ticket program. Okay. I'm going to walk you through how we've been able to multiply our profit and what you need to do instead. Okay. So you're probably thinking like, okay, Lattice, a value ladder seems like a lot of work. It seems like too much, but like, how can I really reach my 500K, $1 million a year income goals with one high ticket program? Well, I'm going to show you how. So this is what you're going to do, right? So you're going to take that one high ticket program, right? And it's going to become an ecosystem. Instead of just selling it one way, or instead of just selling it in one way, right? On the front end, when you're marketing, you're going to sell it just one way. Okay. Because we don't want to create that marketplace confusion. We want people to say, hey, Lattice, this is what I need. I'm ready to buy. Right. Then they may see, they may be like, oh, well, actually, I only need part of your high ticket program. I don't need the whole thing. And that's okay. Right. Because we all are on different journeys and different paths. Now, here's the thing. 90% of people that apply to work with you inside of your high ticket program need the entire pie. They just do. Okay. But the other 10%, they don't need the whole pie. Maybe they only need, maybe you're a career coach. They only need the resume writing portion, or maybe they only need the LinkedIn networking portion. That's okay. Right. So what you're going to do is you're going to take your high ticket program and you're going to split it into an ecosystem and create 4 different options, right? You're going to have a couple of different downsell options, right? You're going to pick apart the juiciest parts of your program and you're going to sell those as separate entities, right? But like that's not something that you're going to sell front facing. You're only going to sell that behind the scenes. Okay, then from there, you're going to create like an extended option, right? And you're only going to do this for clients that you truly, truly want to help, but maybe they can't make the investment work at the highest level. And then lastly, you're going to create a unique program option where, again, you're going to create, maybe just separate out parts of the program that's only going to be viable for certain people. So now, instead of like only having the one product, right, the one offer, you now have 4 different offers inside of one ecosystem. Okay, and I'm going to break down the math and how this works. So let's kind of break down the math. So the old way, right, if you're just selling one program, right, what you would do is just sell your program for $5K. You would get, if your goal is $500K a year, right, you'd only need 100 new clients. Not bad. That's less than 10 new clients a month. Easy peasy. That's cake, right? But here's the issue with that, right? There are some clients, right, because you're generating 1,000 leads a month, right, with your automated sales system. There are going to be some clients that maybe just can't afford your, your highest level thing, but they also need the support. So instead of creating a new membership or a new program, you're going to take what you already have and we're going to create a downsell, right? And then from there, right, you're still going to get those 100 clients in the year, but then you're going to have 20 of those clients, right? Just the math is mathing. About 20 of those clients roughly are going to purchase your downsell for $2K. And now, instead of just $500K per year, you've added an additional $24,000 in revenue to your bottom line, right? I don't know who couldn't use an additional $24,000, but I sure can any day of the week. Okay, so now you're squeezing out, right? Think about a lemon or orange, right? Let's say orange. Think about orange, right? When you're squeezing an orange, you want every last drop out of that orange. You don't want to leave any juice inside of that orange. It's the same thing with your high ticket program. You want to squeeze every last drop of profit out of your high ticket program. And this is how you do it, okay? By creating a high ticket ecosystem. So the benefits of this is that you get to serve more of the right clients without creating more offers, right? Because the thing is like, you're not going to create more offers. Your clients don't need more offers. They just need the right offer and the right time frame and the right length for them, okay? You're going to be able to maximize and multiply your profit, right? You just saw that we were able to add an additional $24,000 of revenue. And that's on the low end. Honestly, you probably have way more people buy than that. Okay. And then lastly, you get to create ultimate impact because you're serving more people, right? And as a coach, like that's all of our deepest desires is to serve more people. All right. So let's kind of recap and like wrap this framework up. So this is kind of what you learned over the last 45 minutes. First is that how to turn your one-on-one coaching or course into a high ticket program that sells. The second thing that we talked about is how to automate the sales of your high ticket program and go from cold to close by having an automated sales system. Phase 3, we talked all about how to sell your high ticket program without those exhausting, draining sales calls. And then lastly, phase 4, we talked about how to multiply your high ticket profit without having to create a value ladder or more low ticket programs, right? So I'm going to ask you this, right? Because I'm getting excited. Are you ready to automate the sales of your high ticket coaching program? If you are, comment in the chat. If you're watching live, comment yes. If you're at home on the replay, tell me yes out loud in your head because the time is now. But before we talk about how I can help you do this, I'm going to walk you through, right, what happens if you don't have all parts of the system in place, the 4-part framework. If you don't have a scalable group program, you're going to end up working too many hours and you'll never, ever be able to take on more clients. You'll be strapped, right? There's only so many hours in the day, right? You can't take one-to-one calls forever, right? So if you don't have a scalable group program, right, you're going to be working too many hours, it's going to be repeating yourself and you're going to get burnt out, okay? If you don't have an automated sales system, right, you're going to have unpredictable and unstable revenue. I don't know about you, but like my business can't thrive off of if Instagram wants to show my content one day or not show it the next. That's not how it works, right? I'm here creating generational wealth, a legacy, a dynasty, and like I need consistent sales, right? Amazon has consistent sales, Target has consistent sales. Why shouldn't we? Okay, so you've got to have the automated sales system in place so that you have new clients coming to you every single day. If you don't have the DM enrollment process, you're just going to be burnt out, like point blank. You're going to be taking calls, you're going to be burnt out, you're not going to have the freedom that you want, and you'll never be able to have the lifestyle that you want because you'll be on the phone all day long, right? And you're going to end up wanting to give up because that is not freedom. It's not. Lastly, if you don't have the high ticket ecosystem, you're literally going to be leaving thousands and thousands of dollars of profit on the table, leaving quality prospects to just literally fend for themselves. And we don't want that. So I decided and I created a program that will help you create and scale a high ticket group program without ever having to do a sales call again. Okay, y'all ready? Let's talk about it. So introducing the high-end offer accelerator. Okay, so the accelerator is a 4-part roadmap to automating the sales of your high ticket program, right? Without having to do sales calls, live launches, or rely on our organic social media. Okay, so let's kind of break it down. So this is how the high-end offer accelerator will help you, right? Will help you turn your existing one-to-one coaching program or course into a scalable evergreen group coaching program that you can price from anywhere from $5,000 to $20,000 or more, right? I've had a client, her offer is $30,000. Also, we're going to help you automate the high ticket sales of your high ticket program with paid traffic, right? I want you to get in front of your clients fast, quick, and in a hurry. And we're going to do that with paid traffic. Okay, the accelerator is not going to help you with making passive income, right? Coaching is not passive, right? And we're also not going to be helping you focus on organic marketing strategies. That's not our bread and butter, and we don't teach that. Okay, we help you with paid traffic and paid traffic only. So let's kind of walk through what your timeline is going to look like inside of the program. So the first couple of weeks, what's going to happen is you're going to design your high ticket group coaching program. So in this part of the process, you probably already have an existing high ticket program or a course. So we're going to help you make it more evergreenable. So we're going to help you design the exact program that the market needs inside of your niche. Okay, so we're going to take what you have existing and turn it into a high ticket program, raise the price, right, and be able to structure it in a one-to-many setting. Okay, so we're going to do that in the first 2 weeks inside of the program. The next part of the program is we're going to help you build and deliver your high ticket group coaching program. So we're going to teach you how to host coaching calls, how to build out the course, how to be able to show up for your clients and, have certain conversations, how to onboard them, how to automate that process, how to offboard them, right? We're going to teach you all of that inside of module 2. Inside of module 3, we're going to help you create your automated lead funnel, which is the automated sales system I talked about today. We're going to help you set up your Facebook ads. We're going to help you create your content event. We're going to help you set up all the tech inside of the funnel, right? We have step-by-step tutorials on how to do all of it, right? I try to make this literally as easy as possible for you to come in and plug and chug. We literally have templates for everything. Phase 4, module 4, we're going to help you scale with Facebook and Instagram ads, right? We're going to ramp it up, right? We're going to help you turn those ads on, analyze the data, and we're going to help you become an ads expert overnight, literally in like the simplest way possible. So even if you've never ran ads before, right? Like this process is so simple, right? Like 16-year-old could do it, a 12-year-old could do it. It's that easy, okay? Module 5, we're going to talk all about how to take your ideal client from watching that content event to enrolling into your high ticket program right in the DMs. So we're going to help you handle objections, how to master the assumptive close. Or we're going to help you, navigate like how to qualify in that application to make sure that your client is the right fit. Okay, and that's module 5. Module 6, we're going to break down your $1 million team. Okay, so when we talk about the $1 million team, we're going to break down how you're going to scale, right? We're going to talk about how you're going to scale and get out of the day-to-day, right? So you're going to outsource your DMs, right? Maybe outsource your client fulfillment, right? And then also we're going to talk about creating that entire high ticket ecosystem that we just talked about today, so you can multiply your profit, get more sales without having to create more programs. Okay, so of course your girl couldn't leave without giving you some bonuses, right? I'm the bonus queen. So the first bonus you're going to get inside of the high-end offer accelerator is this. You're going to get the client experience template vault, right? After working with like nearly 1,000 clients in the last 3 years, right? I've realized that a lot of people don't know how to talk to people. Okay, so we have created an entire vault of emails and swipe files so that if your clients have a question about the program, or if they're unhappy, or if you have to make a big announcement, right? Being able to have a quality client experience is what's going to help you be a cut above the rest of your competition. So we've basically created an entire vault of templates. You literally can just plug and chug it into your own business. Okay, literally, like there's so many templates, it's not even funny. Bonus number 2 is we're going to walk through some advanced ad strategies. Okay. So these advanced ad strategies are going to help you 2 to 10x, if not more, your ad spend without breaking your funnel or wasting your money. Okay. So often I see people just try to jack up the price they're spending on ads, hoping that it's going to work, and it never does. Okay. So we have created a very calculated way to increase your ad spend, right? So, because like I talked about earlier, as you start to start to get clients coming in the door, you're going to take a small percentage of that and reinvest it back into your ads. And this is how you scale quickly over time. Okay. So in that bonus module, I'm going to teach you some advanced ad strategies. Bonus number 3 is the automated lead funnel Trello board launch planner. So this little bad boy took me hours to put together, right? And if you're a visual learner, we got you, because I know adults, we learn different ways. So we have taken the entire funnel, broken it down into a step-by-step launch planner, so you know exactly what to do and how to set it up. Okay. So it's in a nicely neat Trello board. So you can go in, there's a checklist on exactly what you need to do in order, step by step, because a lot of people get overwhelmed with tech and funnels, but we've made it as easy as possible. All right. So let's kind of talk about what's included, and then I'll open it up for Q&A if you're watching live. So here's what's included inside of the program. First part is going to get the entire high-end offer accelerator framework. Okay, so this is the complete 4-step roadmap to create, launch, and scale your high-ticket coaching program without sales calls, right? We're also going to teach you the whole automated sales system, how to take your leads from cold to close by selling right in the DMs. Second, you're going to get weekly live group coaching calls, right? And you're going to get hot seat coaching with me and my expert coaching team. So you can ask questions about your funnel, your mindset, your ads, all of those things you can ask on those weekly live group coaching calls. Okay. And everything's time stamped and recorded. So if you can't make it one week, you'll always be able to catch the replay while you're inside of the program. Next, you're also going to get a clients only private Facebook community. So if you're on the go, you need coaching, you need support, right? Monday through Friday, we are at your service, my dear, right? We are there. Me and my entire team are supporting you Monday, Friday, during our office hours, and helping you get the support that you need so that you feel like not just out on an island, right? We want you to feel supported and getting the results that you came for. Number 4, you're also going to get the entire curriculum and a step-by-step roadmap that's going to help you create, launch, and scale your high ticket program without sales calls. Okay. So we have like bite-sized videos, templates, tutorials, swipe files. Literally, I've tried to make this as easy as possible. You're going to get everything you need in a self-study course once you enroll. 5 is you're going to get weekly assignment review, content audits, and feedback. So what that means is that like when you go to create your sales page or your emails or your funnel, right, you can actually submit it to my coaching team, and they're going to take a look at it, review it, and give you detailed feedback. You'll never hear that's great, right? You'll never hear that, because I want my clients to be the best of the best in the market. So we're going to give you feedback. And I also have experts on my team, at copywriters, messaging coaches, and sales coaches, all of that, because we want to make sure that you're getting everything that you need, and you're getting a second pair of eyes to make sure that you're putting out the best freaking product to the market. 6, you're going to get expert coaching calls. So every single month we have different experts come in. It's the same experts, but you're going to get live coaching calls and hot seats with them. So you're going to get ads, copy, messaging, and more, right? I'm really good at a lot of things, but I'm not good at everything. Okay. So I brought in the experts to make sure that you get everything that you need, so you don't feel like you need to go buy another 5 different programs. This is like an all-in-one. It really is. Okay. So the High-End Offer Accelerator is a 6-month program. Okay. So you're going to spend time with us over 6 months. When I think about the timeline, really the first month, you're really going to be focused on, building, designing, and creating your high ticket group program. And then from there, you're going to be building your automated lead funnel, your automated sales system, right? And then month 2, we're really focusing on like optimizing, scaling your Facebook ads, and just really bringing those consistent clients in and making sure your funnel works. From there, by about month 3, we should start to see some stabilization, right? And some healthy, consistent growth over time. And that's where we're going to, challenge you to start outsourcing your DMs, right? And we'll help you hire, help you figure out, how to talk to your hires, how to onboard them, right? You're going to get all of that inside of the program. And then from there, the rest is gravy, right? We're just bringing in more clients, increasing our revenue, and navigating the inevitable situations that come up as a high ticket CEO. All right. So let me kind of talk about my mission and why my company, and why we want to help you. So we know that you're ready for more clients, more income, and more impact, period. Like, you're ready for all of it. Okay. You wouldn't be here if you weren't. And I'm a full belief that that gets to happen without trading all your time one-to-one or getting on sales calls, period. Okay. And I wanted to make this as simple as possible for you to get started, right? I don't want you fumbling around, fumbling the bag, trying to figure it out. I want you to have the support system that you need. Okay. So join us now, right? If you're ready to get started, you can go to scalewithlattice.com. I will drop it in the chat, right? You guys have already been accepted into the program. And honestly, like the time is now. So you can go to scalewithlattice.com and get started. It'll just be 6 payments of $1,850, right? You'll make your first payment of $1,850 today, and then you'll have 5 additional payments. Or if you pay in full, you'll save $1,100 off tuition, and you can head to the link in the chat or below this video to enroll. So of course I had to throw in some more bonuses because I'm the bonus queen. So if you pay in full, you will get 1 week of private Voxer access to me, right? And then you'll also get a 30-minute call with me that you can use at any point in the inside of the program. Okay, so like normally I don't do one-to-one work anymore, but because I'm so passionate about this program, so passionate about y'all getting results, right? I decided to throw these bonuses in. So if you pay in full, you'll get 1 week of private Voxer access to me and that 30-minute call. Okay, so let's look at Heather, right? So let's kind of talk about a couple more clients, and then I'm going to take questions and Q&A. So when Heather came to me, she was spending a lot of time doing organic marketing, right? But she needed a system that didn't require her to show up every single day because she was going on maternity leave and she needed a better system. So now she's completely full-time in her coaching business. She actually just, I think, like a couple weeks ago, had her beautiful baby boy. She's on maternity leave and she generates daily interest inside of her group coaching program. And she signs consistent clients literally every single month. Okay, not every other month, not every other year, but every single month she signs clients. Okay, meet my other client, Nima, right? I'll just read it off here. She did over 37K in sales with the launch of her program. Actually, no, this wasn't the launch. This was actually just like a random month, right? I think she did a lot in her launch, but one of the months she did $37,000 in sales, right? And she's like, I don't even have my sales page done yet. Like, you don't even need your sales page done yet. Okay, and like, this is beautiful, right? She works with other entrepreneurs, right, to create diverse and equitable businesses. Okay, so $37,000 in sales using our framework. Okay, so here's the thing, right? The process works, the systems work, and now it's time for you to get this in your life. Okay, so just a reminder of what you're going to get, right? You're going to get the complete step-by-step 6-module course that includes everything that you need, right? The complete roadmap to help you create a high-ticket group coaching program without having to do sales calls. Okay, you're going to get a 60-day launch plan. We want to make sure that you're set up for success for the day 1. You're also going to get trainings, lessons, templates, everything that you need step-by-step of the way. You're going to get weekly live group coaching calls, monthly expert calls. You're going to get weekly review and content audits on your work. You're going to get a private clients only community, and you're going to get all those amazing bonuses: the client experience template vault, the automated lead funnel Trello board, and then the advanced ad strategy module. Okay, so go ahead and click the link below this video, get yourself enrolled, right? Again, just 10K in full or 6 payments of $1,850, and I would love to have you. All right, so click the link below and let's get started. I'm so pumped to have you and can't wait to serve you inside of the high-end offer Accelerator. Cool. All right, y'all. So I have some time for questions. I see we got a couple more people left here. So who has a question? We'd be happy to answer. Hello, hello. Does anybody have a question? You can just come off mute. No? All right, y'all. I appreciate your time today. Thank you so much for hanging out with me on a Sunday afternoon. I hope you'll have an amazing week. And I'll just make sure to follow up with all of you inside of the DM later today. But if you have any questions, send me a DM over on Instagram about the program. But I would absolutely love to have you, and I can't wait to help you get to your next level inside of your coaching business. Have a good Sunday, you guys. Bye.